And talking of the WHO, of course, it doesn't help that they publish studies which then the media across the world up that meat causes cancer. Um, that wasn't helpful. I mean, that was the one that really infuriated me because that really is not helpful.
No.
So in one of your podcasts, you're talking about the hazard ratio. I think with with Mark Hyman actually.
Right.
I was watching the other day, and people weren't aware of the details. They just look at the headline and they decide not eating meat.
Of course. And it sounds very convincing. And, you know, I think Georgia Ede does a wonderful job of dissecting that study. And if anybody of your listeners wants to go and look it up at Diagnosis Diet, I think is her website. And I think it's open as well. It's an open website. So you can read it and look up WHO and understand how that study was done and the weaknesses in it. And she basically calls it out as almost fraudulent. And yet the whole world has been led to believe that it is definitive. Yes, red meat is bad for you and may be carcinogenic, says the WHO, and processed meat is definitely carcinogenic. So it's very hard to climb back from that, really hard to climb back. And again, whenever somebody says that to you, whenever somebody says, oh, but that causes cancer, I think it's important for all of us to say, okay, based on what information, which study are you basing that on? They probably won't know, but it's a good thing to make people realize that, the quality of the study may in fact matter.
True. And it's not just the WHO. There's, of course, we have the Eat Well, which Zoe Harcombe calls the Eat Badly plate. And then there's the My Plate and Eat Lancet. They're not helping.
No, they're not helping.
So why are they so biased? Why?
It's a bit chicken and eggy, this question, isn't it? It's hard to know where it starts. What I do know is that those, so Eat Lancet, for instance, the commission was heavily stocked with people with a plant-based leaning, vegetarian or vegan leaning, that they had been publishing about these issues for years. So when you stock a commission with that level of bias, you're going to get a certain result. You add to the fact that the driver of Eat Lancet, you know, one of the key founders was Gunhild Stordalen, again, believes heavily in vegetarianism and might even be vegan by now. And she's picking the people and she's driving the conclusions forward. And who's the chair? Walter Willett. He is a long-standing defender of plant-based eating and a critic of meat. Now, when you stock a commission with that much bias, you're going to get a certain result. You back it up with the money from all of the backers and the associated companies and the governments that are funding that, and you have something incredibly powerful. So they can say whatever they want. But again, what's interesting is the fine print. And I guess if I had one piece of advice for everybody is always read the fine print. And that's true of everything in life, right? But search through, never believe the headline. Because Eat Lancet, although it publicized this diet, which was very low in animal foods and high in grains and that kind of, and plant-based oils, they also admitted in very, clear language that this was not a diet that was suitable for certain people. Now, who is it not suitable for? You probably remember babies, small children, medium-aged children, teenagers, women of childbearing age, women in the menopause, frail people, sick people, old people. So you're thinking, okay, so it might be okay for someone between 30 and 45. Is that what you're saying? Right? And how they can pull their heads up when they have that level of contradiction within their very own study is something that I can't claim to understand. I cannot claim to understand it at all.